What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy TAPX Ears back. I'm back from the commentary. I know you guys kind of missed that intro. And for today's video, this is going to be a part one episode of my two-part series on pretty much a nuked out guide. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, how do you get nuked outs, and are questioning a lot of my gameplays and how I'm getting them at a consistent rate. So I'm just going to share some tips and tricks for everybody who's interested in getting nuked outs. So the first episode, which you're going to be watching today, is going to be a class setup video, pretty much the best classes to get nuked outs. And the second episode is going to be a gameplay walkthrough. This is kind of like what I did for my Black Ops 3 guide for how to get a nuked out. This time I'm just going to break it up into two videos just so it is not as long. And I think a lot of people like to watch 10-minute videos, even if they are guides. I'm just going to keep it short, keep it simple, straight to the point, so everybody can get the tips and tricks that they need. So if you just need the class setups, you can just watch this video, or if you just want to watch the gameplay breakdown, you can watch that video instead. It's all good. So here we go. We're going to go into the classes, what you should be running to get nuked outs. And to start off, we're going to do the rigs. The only rig that I recommend running in free-for-all as of right now is going to be the Synaptic rig with the rewind and the propulsion trait. Synaptic because Synaptic is extremely overpowered in this game. Just running Synaptic is absolutely insane. The character model is smaller, the hitbox appears to be smaller, and running with rewind, so you can pretty much rewind to a random location, get all your health back, and refill ammo. This is absolutely ridiculous. You can completely mess people up that aren't really expecting that. So that's kind of why I run rewind. And for the trait, I would definitely run propulsion, just because propulsion, it's just basically just like Afterburner from Black Ops 3. You can just keep jumping around, really never have to set foot on the ground. So if you have a scuff or you play claw, this is something that you definitely want to be taking advantage of, because it is absolutely overpowered, and the fact that you can kill people with propulsion if they're underneath you is just ridiculous. So definitely take advantage of this before they actually do patch it, because I do believe they're actually going to patch propulsion and possibly rewind, just because they are that overpowered. And for the class setups, what you guys should be running, I recommend the NV4 Fallout as the #1 gun to be running to get nuked out. I like running the NV4 with extended mag, suppressor, and stock. Just stare at the standard class setup, get more ammo, you can strafe, and you're off the radar. Really can't go wrong with that. Don't really need a secondary, don't really need those in tacticals on this class. For the perks, just run Ghost, Dexterity. Actually, I would recommend running Scavenger. Excuse me, this is the class Scavenger and Dead Silence, just because you can reload ammo and that and whatnot, and you're off the radar, and your footsteps are silent, and as well as your thruster movements. That's definitely important on this game, just because since you are running the Synaptic rig, you want to be in the air as much as possible. And with Dead Silence, it's just overpowered at that point. People really don't know where you're coming from, so definitely take advantage of that. And for my second class setup that I recommend running is the FHR-40 Havoc. I was talking shit about this gun in my last couple videos, but honestly, it really isn't that bad after you get used to it. For close range, it is pretty good. Pretty much the same exact class, carbon copy, except that I have grip on this gun, because it does have a little bit of kick. So I recommend running that. Pretty good for the smaller maps, or if you just prefer SMGs in general, I definitely recommend running the FHR-40 for their nuke gun, just because it is the only nuke SMG as of now in the game. So yeah, if you guys like to enjoy this class, definitely try it out. It is pretty decent. And for my third new class, it is going to be the NV4 Fallout, but this is actually with a different rig. For this class setup, I recommend running the Man-at-Arms rig. The Merc rig with Man-at-Arms and kinetic armor. It's just because that class is pretty good for this if you don't like running Synaptic. If you don't have a scuff controller, there really is no reason to run Synaptic. Just run Merc, just because you get more ammo and you get the reactive armor, which is kinetic armor. And with this class, I recommend running an ELO sight. Pretty much the same thing, with just coupled with an ELO sight, just so you can run a personal radar. Personal radar is pretty decent. Just pretty much pop this when you think there's someone around the corner. If you're not sure, might as well just check it. Personal radar in free-for-all actually is pretty decent, because not a lot of people actually run Ghost. For whatever reason, a lot of people don't run Ghost in free-for-all. I guess because they don't expect that the radar spam as much, but it is pretty good to run that. So pretty much the same exact class, just coupled with the personal radar and the elo sight, and running the Merc combat rig instead of the Synaptic. So this is a pretty decent class. Like I said, if you do not have a scuffed controller, I recommend running this class setup. You definitely will be able to drop a lot of De-Atomizer strikes, and I've definitely dropped one on my channel running this class. And for my final FFA class, that's pretty much the only good one, is going to be the K-Bar 32 Bunker Buster, obviously, with grip, silencer, and stock. Pretty decent class. Gun has a little bit of recoil, that's why I run the grip on it. Pretty much the same exact class as my NV4 setup. A lot of my class setups are the same, just because consistency is key. And they work, man. They really do work. These are pretty much the best class setups that you could be running for this. The only perks I would substitute are maybe dexterity. If you don't want to run dexterity, maybe, you know, add a different attachment or add a different perk to it. Those are cool. You put hardline as your perk 3 instead. It's pretty much all up to you guys, but I like running dexterity. I like to have reloads as fast as possible, just because people do force spawn in free for all a lot, and they do spawn, you know, on top of you. So definitely having, you know, ammo in the clip is definitely important. So that's why I like running dexterity and swapping weapons. That's another thing. Weapon swapping with other nuke guns and free for all is very, very helpful. So if you do see another nuke gun on the ground, definitely pick that up, and having with dexterity with that, weapon swapping is easy as hell, and it's honestly, it'll help you get a lot of nuked outs. So yeah, these are my class setups. And finally, we're gonna do the score streaks. Honestly, just running UAV, Warden, Advanced UAV are the best possible streaks to be running. People might be wondering, why do you run Warden, man? Like, you can't get a nuke with running Warden. The only reason I run the Warden is it's just like the buffer streak that I had in Black Ops 3. If you die, unfortunately, on a streak and you somehow get your Advanced UAV, just call the Warden and end the game. Don't back out. Don't fuck your win-loss up. Just end the game. It's just one of those things. That's why I like to run Warden. It's just, you know, to end the game. That's kind of why my win-loss is higher, because, you know, I just end the games with the Warden. So that's kind of why I do it. You can take it off and just run the counter UAV if, you know, you're feeling comfortable in the lobby. Just run counter UAV, counter advanced. That is pretty good as well. And as well, a lot of people have been running the Vulture as well to get nuked outs. Honestly, I don't like the Vulture, just because if people are running the launcher streaks, they can actually kill you by shooting your Vulture on accident. So that's kind of why I don't use it. And that does show up on the radar if they have engineer. So I definitely don't, you know, recommend running that, just because it might give away your position. So that's kind of why I stay away from the Vulture. If they do patch it and they make it so, you know, it's not on the radar, then definitely that actually will probably be a decent ass kill streak to run for free for all. So yeah, that's going to be my class setups, the score streaks. So hope you guys, you know, take these into account and actually put these into action, you know, and hopefully get your own nuked out, or, you know, your first De-Atomizer strike. And for my second video, I'm going to do pretty much a nuked out breakthrough. Pretty much it's going to be a nuked out gameplay that I'm just going to break through on a pretty good map that you guys will probably end up getting your first nuked out on. So I hope you guys will be enjoying that gameplay. It has been your boy TAPX Ears, the FFA God. Hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for all the support on the video. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to TAPX Nation. That would be greatly appreciated. We're doing some insane things over there, videos daily on that channel, or bi-daily depending on, you know, the upload schedule and who's busy and whatnot. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.